I'm hard headed. I know I need people that's gonna keep it real with me and speak their truth, right? Whether I like it or not. And I've been fortunate enough that on my path to home ownership, I've had individuals from the lender. I have had the first lender I had was Bethany Neal, and then Danielle Lacase. To this day, she's the person that I work with. And you guys have met Marquisa. You know, I've had phenomenal individuals because I knew I needed to surround myself with people that was smarter than me. And then the value that I bring done was this, the excitement, my ability to connect with people and to generate clients, right? Because how to generate clients is based on relationships, right? We are talking about possibly the biggest investment that you will make in your life. So I just don't need an average Joe. I want a
want the
relationship.
best, yeah.
That's right. I want a relationship, and I want to make sure that you know your stuff. So what I did when I first started, I didn't know my stuff. I just knew that I was honest. But I surrounded myself with a phenomenal attorney, like you guys go, Craig Alamon, that to this day we are partners. And
Craig's the man. Craig's the man.
You know what I'm saying? So
he's doing it too.
That's right.
He is doing it.
Come on, man. You know, so what I've said to myself is like, I'm going to raise my hand and just say, yo, I'm here. Let's do this thing. I'm going to run like a bat out of hell and figure it out. So, and here we are.
I have to ask you because this is what I'm hearing, like from, you know, different people, and, you know, when they talk about home ownership, when they talk about, you know, making big decisions, when they talk about, you know, succeeding, you know, the American dream, etc. But especially when it comes down to like buying a home and, you know, taking this journey and this path. So 2024 right now, the climate out there, it's a crazy time. And I know we always say that. You know, every time. I mean, you could have come in here 5 years ago and we're like, oh, it's a crazy time. You know. But in 2024, going into 2025, we got crazy election coming up. We have a crazy housing market right now. You know, the housing prices.
Yes.
The interest rates.
Yes.
You know, people keep hearing this. You talk about watching the 630 news. Woo! Right. People keep hearing this stuff over and over and over again. They see these $300,000 houses are now $400,000 and $500,000.
They are.
You know, and they're like, oh, well, maybe it used to be in my, you know, reach, but now, you know, I don't know. I don't know about all this, you know. And I think that's what I keep hearing from people. You know, oh, it's not the right time. Got to wait until the market shifts, you know, or like talk to us a little bit about, you know, what you would say to someone who feels this way, who, you know, is very hesitant about the market, who thinks that dream might be, you know, getting a little shot, you know, or thinks that, oh, I can never afford, you know, a place like that. Like, what would you say to someone which I think a lot of people feel that way?
They do. And I'll start by this. I'll actually address you, right? Because you are the one that's saying it right now. And I know that you're speaking for a lot of people. This is what I would say. Okay, everything you said is correct. Everything you said is correct. Can't argue with you there. However, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Oh, if you're gonna wait, let's talk to that person. Yeah, I'm gonna wait. Okay, but while you waiting, what are you doing? Are you checking your credit score? Do you even know what your credit score is? Have you sat down? Right? You don't pay to sit down with a lender. You don't pay to sit down with me. You don't pay to learn the market. You are basing everything on the 630 news. Fine. What are you going to do? I'm going back to that bullseye, to that goal. For me, was that certificate. Do you have one? Do you have a book? What are you working towards? Or are you just doing the Jose method that he did for over 20 years of his life, which is just the zombie thing and just coming home, working, miserable, coming home, sitting in front of TV? Now, there's a lot of individuals that's the phenomenal life. And if that's you, man, kudos. But I know it wasn't me. And I ain't have nobody around me that was living their life that I knew was content, right? They say, you know, the average man lives in quiet desperation, you know. So my question is, I hear you. But now what? So the market. Oh, there's not enough inventory. Okay, but what are you doing to prepare yourself for when there is? That's all I'm saying. But I need a house now. So then prepare yourself now. Like, there's always a comeback. I got an abundance mindset. I just no other way for me. Because outside of that, what am I going to do? I want somebody to help me understand that. Outside of that, what are you going to do? Oh, Jose, but what's up with this market? I mean, I don't got a crystal ball. All I know is, how am I preparing myself? And I equate it to working out. Forever, I've been obese. But I'm like, dude, what you going to do? You know, now there's enough science, even though before you do it, you ain't going to live long. And if you do, because of medication, it's going to be horrible. What you going to do? You got to start working at it. And I know it took me 50 years to get to where I'm at. I know that I'm not going to get back to center in 3. It's a lifelong journey. Accept that and move on. Same thing with home ownership. Start where you at and come up with a plan. What's your plan? Now, if your plan is not, I'm not even going to think about home ownership, okay, so then what's your goal? So we don't even need to talk about it. But if you're talking about home ownership and saying right now is not the time, I know deep down that's what you want. Right? Like, if you are talking about it, it's because it's something that you are interested in. So my focus is, let's find the loophole. Everything got a loophole. Let's find a loophole for you to achieve your goal the fastest. Please challenge me. I want to be challenged because that's how I'm going to grow. I want to be challenged in everything because I'm not going to like it. So I'm going to be honest. But I know I've had enough evidence of growth every time I'm challenged because it's going to force me to rise up. That's just how I'm built. I just didn't know. No. Take that back. I've always known that. I was just too chicken to execute on it. And all I needed to do is just stand tall, lean into the wind, Jose. That's it. Stand tall. Straighten, I'm doing it right now. You know, like straighten up that back, boy. And lean in. That'll give you a better footing for the wind that's coming at you. So what I'm saying is that, yes, we are, man, it's crazy out there. Right?
Yeah,
you know?
that's it.
That's what they say, right? It's on fire. I've seen these memes on Facebook. Hey, if you guys on Facebook, hook up with me too, man. Because my thing is about positivity. Now, I'm not on La La Land. I'm not, hey, this guy's always saying the positive stuff. No. Because I lived on the other side for so long in my own mess, man, I know what that tastes like.
And that's a good thing about, you and Linda Vista and your agents and all that is that, you're just not looking for that big sale.
Nah, man.
You're just not looking for, to sell them, $1 million homes. I mean, you help people. And, like you said, it's personal for you.
The proof is in the pudding, right? Right. Like,
you've been there.
You look at my trajectory, that's what it is. My thing is whoever coming through that door. And my true desire, right? I'm a counselor at heart. My true desire is to help people like me.
Yeah.
People that can't just see past themselves.
Now, you guys are mainly, are you just Delaware?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Very good. So,
well, I'll just put it out there. I'm a couple months away from being an actual broker in Maryland. So
okay.
I will have license in Maryland, right? Because I have a desire. Like, I would say at least 35% of the people that reach out to me have always reached out to me.
Look, I'm going to make a prediction. I'm going to make a prediction right now. Because years ago, let's see, we've been in power for 10 years.
Yeah.
Yep. Can't believe it. Well, true. A decade,
brother.
Yeah, that's how long Jess and I have been in power. Jose his office was down at McDonald's. Look,
that's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he came in here and he was asking us about the name, what he should call his business.
That's right.
Houses with Jose.
That's right.
Yeah.
Bill
so
Baker.
and I know we talk about it and laugh about it all the time, but you say you're just in Delaware right now. I'm going to make a prediction. In the next 5 years, you're going to have a couple offices all over Maryland as well.
Yes.
In the next 5 years, I'm going to make this prediction. You know what? I'm going to say in the next 3 years. In the next 3 years, you're going to have at least 1 or 2 offices either in Salisbury or somewhere in Maryland. you're going to at least have 1 or 2 offices.
I appreciate that, and I say this.
That's just my prediction.
Appreciate it, man, and I accept that. I accept the challenge. One of the things that I told my wife that I consistently say to her is like, okay, what am I going to do now, right, baby? Because I'm not going to open up a nonprofit. I want to be a for-profit business with a nonprofit heart, right? Meaning that this is my calling, man. I believe that if we focus on just getting healthier financially, that's how we strengthen the wealth gap, right? This is how we can help families achieve the American dream through home ownership. It just drastically changed my life. And now, you said it, a decade, and I just want to share this because I know that we don't got forever here. I listened to Mitzi Perdue years ago. I was working as a case manager for a local nonprofit. And I went to a workshop where she was speaking. I think it was at Sussex Tech. And she asked a question. She said, how long do you think, like she was talking about marketers like Coca-Cola and how they come in and change people's perception about their products, right? She said, how long do you think it takes to change a culture? And people were like, 20 years, 5 years. You know, I would ask you guys, like, how long do you think it takes to change a culture? She said, 10 years, a decade.
10 years.
Being strategic.
10.
Think about this. All the marketers, right? There's already a plan that includes you and how they're gonna get you to become a consumer. That is one. Look, this was, my God, 16 years ago or more, and it still rocks me because I'm like, my God, this is what happens. So why can't I do the same thing with my life? So now 10 years, and it's been hell. It has.
But look where you're at.
Exactly.
Look where you're at.
You know? And you know what's most exciting? I can clearly see where I'm going. Only I can mess this up. Or I get hit by a truck or something outside of my control happens to Jose. But I can clearly see where I'm going.
Well, I remember when you first started, you know, I mean,
Remember?
look, here we are. Here we are.
I was sitting in your little chair. My hips were hurt because I couldn't fit in there.
10 years ago, look, over these 10 years, I know you've changed the local real estate game.
Remember, next to your desk, Jessica, you had this. I'm like, yo, you know, those are problems of the big boys. You know, I would come in and she said, have a seat.
Man.
I'm like, have a seat. You gonna hurt me. And then you embarrassed. So I sit there, everything hanging, and that thing cutting into my thighs, man.
Well, look, I know you changed the local real estate. I remember when you first came in telling the stories about going out to different meetings and going to different showings and stuff like that. And them other realtors hated when Jose showed up.
I was running like a bat out of hell,
you
man.
said, you know, with your energy
That's right,
and
brother. That's
how
right.
you
That's
know,
right.
operated.
That's right, brother.
You know,
And he
you
has
used to
not
tell the stories
changed,
about
man.
how they didn't know how to take Jose.
No, they didn't, brother.
You
And I'm
know?
going to tell you, and even there were times, right, because back in them days, right, remember, that was right after the downturn, man, in real estate where in Western Sussex, you could buy a house for $9,000. So I'm showing houses. They were foreclosed. I would try to open the door. There's a beehive that comes open, getting stung by bees. I remember in this showing, I showed up. A local pastor had me have some of his parishioners, right? That's how you say it, right? Like the people that go to the church. And they were my clients, but he showed up with us. So I remember I'm showing this house, Israel, Pastor Israel. I remember we go show this house in the boondocks of Seaford, almost in Maryland. And I bust open the door, right, because it was hard to open, and I didn't know that what was keeping it together was a beehive. When I bust that thing, once again, it's in the middle of the summer. I'm over here trying to be all professional. I got slacks, you know, freaking polyester pants on.
Man.
Listen, I start rolling, and the brother, he was a brother from Guatemala. He just jump on the tree, rips a branch off, and starts smacking me. And while he said what he was doing, he was trying to smack him away from me, right? All I know, I come true, right? I'm sitting there, my neck is swollen, pastor trying to put holy water on me, on my thing. To this day, we had to go see 2 more houses. To this day, we can't find my shoe. I had to go show 2 more houses
with one
shoe. And my neck swollen. I got stung like 3 times.
That's your testimony right there.
Yo, for real, man. I'm sitting there, Pastor Israel putting holy water on me. Because I'm like, yo, anybody got some alcohol? Because that's all I know. You know? And I'm like, and I still didn't sell a house.
Well, look, we're proud of you. We appreciate you. We appreciate everything you do. Again, Linda Vista Real Estate. You guys are, you guys are pros, man. You guys do your thing right out of Delaware. People want to get out with you.
302-313-1600, man. Take the risk. Take the first step. Give us a call. Let's have a conversation.
You the man. Thank you so much for coming in. Jose Quinones. We have the 8 o'clock coffee mix coming up on a Taco Tuesday. Good morning.